Hello, children of the popcorn. We're back in association with Walkden Entertainment. Hello, Peter. Thank you once again. We've got a little film for you. What is it? I'm not sure. But it is called Outbreak 2024. Do not get it confused with the others in the past, okay? Now, a stuntman...
The helicopter and the monkey?
Yeah, the one that became popular again during the pandemic for some reason. Yes, that one. No, it's not that one. It's Jeff Wolfe's Outbreak. Who is Jeff Wolfe? Well, Jeff Wolfe is a stuntman. Yeah. He has worked on such films, quite notable. Green Lantern, Drive, one of my favorites of all time. You will know this one. I'm assuming they're Baron, Punisher, Warzone.
Oh, the best Punisher movie.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he has fulfilled a long-time dream of directing his own movie with the zombie drama. This is what's coming from Hollywood Reporter. That's how they classify the film. Arriving in a handful of theaters a long time ago. Sorry about that. The movie is called Out Now. Billy Burke. Do we know who Billy Burke is, people? Hello, Soxy. Hello, Baron. How are you both this evening?
Good. Thank you, Mr. Popcorn.
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. Do we know who Billy Burke is?
I know him from a sci-fi TV series called Revolution, which is a post-apocalypse set in a world where all the electricity has been taken away by a amorphous idea. So, yeah.
Nice.
An AI.
Likewise.
Nice ambiguifying. Yeah. They're not too spoiled. I haven't ever seen this. I like a bit of post-apocalypse, as we both know. Yes, as we all know, their children. Hello. Good evening, Mr. Popcorn here. But apparently I don't remember him because I have seen the films, but really didn't take them to heart, let alone memory. He is Charlie Swan from the Twilight films. He's the dad. Yeah. And from his credits, I can say that was his 15 minutes, shall we say, because he was in that Red Riding Hood movie, which was aesthetically very similar, tonally, yeah, very in tune with Twilight, and such things. And it's a zombie outbreak movie. But we'll get into what exactly this movie is. We'll just touch on what we thought about the film in general terms before we send the children to bed to go and have a look at it on VOD and Prime as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soxy, what did you think of Wolfe's Outbreak?
I enjoyed it for what it was. I think it had some quite cool stunts in it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to spoil it, but there was a few of the moves that the zombies did, which I thought were very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I did not see that twist ending coming. I thought it might have gone to a twist. I didn't expect the way it ended, which I thought was very interesting. And I actually screenshotted this because I during the credits, I really liked this line that came up that said, "Okay, it's possible one or two zombies were harmed in the making of this film, but only the ones that deserved it." What did you think?
I liked it as a film. I don't know that I liked it as a zombie film or a zombie apocalypse film. I found it technically very good. I really enjoyed the fact that these people looked like they lived where it was being shot. They didn't look out of place. And I really enjoyed the daytime color correction.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't want to be this guy. I'm sorry, but I struggled. I struggled this one. I did struggle. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst film in the world.
Yeah.
But I did struggle with it mainly because I kind of hinted and alluded to it already. It struggles to know what it is. I really find that this film struggles to know what it is, and that's tainted, certainly on the first viewing. It has, tainted my initial reception of it, I shall say it at that. But again, no, it is not the worst film in the world. And these are films, again, that don't get a lot of distribution, so there's not a lot of awareness of them out there because there's not a lot of publicity out there, but that's why there is also Walkden publicity as well as Walkden Entertainment. Thank you again. So always happy to do it. But I just wish it knew it. I wish this film knew what it was. Yeah, that would have made it a lot better for me. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just looking if we need to see what other housekeeping there is. Now, it's written by Jeff Wolfe as well as Lance Oxner. I've got the name there right. It's his directorial debut, Wolfe's, because this has been his dream for a while. So well done. Absolutely. Making a film is impossible. Yeah. You've done the impossible, okay? And it's so brilliant. More than I have done. I have not made a feature film. It's up there with the novel. Okay, well, let's bite this in the bud. So we've got a clean slate moving forward. What did you think this film was? Do you think this film knew what it was? And if you did, what was it? Yeah. Whoever wants to start it off. How would you classify this film in terms of genre, Evil Popcorn Podcast?
It depends on your perspective. If you saw the trailer, you would assume that it is zombie apocalypse horror film.
1,000%.
Yeah.
If you look at it online, it's more of a relationship thriller with zombies in it. What it is at its heart is a showcase of what this production group can make.
Absolutely.
So there's a little bit of everything. So there's stunts, there's pyro, there's makeup effects, there's intense acting scenes. It's a calling card. It's a 90-minute showreel.
Okay. Yeah. And those elements are all good. I have no beef with any of that. And at times, as you pointed out there, Soxy, it's very impressive. It's like, cool. Like when you see The Matrix, you go, oh, look at them. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. It's because the other genre element is pretty much the spoiler if we go into it at this stage, really. Yes. Okay. So let's look at the rest of the housework before we get into that. All right. It says story by Eric Aude, however you want to pronounce that, or day. So is this a book? Baron, could you double check that, please? My apologies for not picking that up before.
Eric Aude?
Yeah, okay.
Audi?
Put out by Silvercrest Entertainment and Wolfe Pride Production. Do want to mention that because they always help to get these films out there. The budget was $1 million. It's an American production, 88 minutes. I appreciated the shortness of it, the brevity of it, not because I wasn't having a good time, but yeah, there would have been real problems if they'd stretched this any longer. I will say that. Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Sorry, Soxy?
There was like a lot of instances with the relationship drama side of it where I was like, if this was a real zombie apocalypse, like where are all the zombies? During all that, you'd expect something to happen, and there was a few times where I expected a jump or something, and there was just nothing. So I suppose that was the biggest gripe I had.
Okay.
The Pirate Queen was walking around behind me while I was watching this, and she turned to me at one point and said, "You know what this zombie film really needs? Zombies."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll let a werewolf. Let's get some zombies in there first. Yeah. $1 million. Did it look like a milli? Or
but I mean, they saved locations. They probably saved on cast. Not a lot of extras. No doubt Wolfe and Audi, however he pronounces his name, who are both stunt guys, no doubt they probably called in some favors from fellow stuntmen.
Yeah, when you think about the infected in this, when they were doing their physical theatre, their little contortion work and such. And apart from a little bit of enhancement and Bone Creek sound enhancement, that sort of thing, it looked pretty legit. So that was cool. I always appreciate that. I think $1 million's about right. What do you think, Soxy?
I think so. I think a lot of the budget must have gone into those makeup effects as well, because fantastic team behind that.
Yes. All right, let's just cover any last gripes so we can move forward in a positive fashion with this one, because I will bring up the nighttime fights, and the nighttime footage itself was quite dark. Myself and Baron spoke of this off air, and we both agreed, but how did you find it, Soxy?
I thought the same.
Yeah, and missing out on some good, choreography, makeup work, etc., because that stuff really was quite on point. You are right. Yeah. So, but again, first film. Mistakes are fine. Mistakes are fine. Absolutely. Okay. So, how do we want to approach this, my cohorts here? Do we want to get into a full
let's send the children off to bed or to watch?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that first.
Popcorn. Do you want to cover the complete plot, or do you want to just hit the highlight?
Well, I do have some. I've got the plot in front of me, if needs be, but I do have some notes I took down as watching it. All right. So, in a big way, this is marketed as a zombie film. We can say this, yeah. And a lot of people are going to go to this being zombie fans, yeah. Which are still plenty. That Daryl Walking Dead spin-off apparently is caught on like wildfire.
Very good.
Very cool, excellent, good to hear. Very much has its audience. Now, rabies scourge instead of outright zombies. This is the hint. This is what the townsfolk province folk, whatever you want to call them, at the start of this movie think that this outbreak possibly is.
Yeah.
I found that kind of interesting because, rabies, I mean, it's still 2025, but we're still kind of afraid of it like we're in the 17th century.
Yeah.
I think rabies still has that to it. I quite like that. Now, I don't know if it was Wolfe or Lance who put this in, but I quite enjoyed the Shining reference. Who is our protagonist again? What is his name? Neil.
So that's Billy Burke who plays Neil Morris.
Yeah. Well, this would have been Taylor, I think it was, his mate. Yeah,
Taylor
he
Hank,
did.
John Gibson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did the Shining reference in the truck, talking about the Outlook Hotel. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was very, very on the nose, but hey, why not? First film, throw it in there. Absolutely. I enjoyed that. Okay, just going back to it. Yeah, we discussed, I put who the F is Billy Burke. We've covered that. All right, the relationship. Okay, because this is another gripe. Yeah, I got to be honest. Good acting fine. No big gripes there. Yeah, and that's from Jessica Francis Dukes, who plays Helen. Well done. But okay, so we're going to talk about the material that are given here because, the writing did need work because the son we know is dead. Yeah, and there was too much time leaning into the grief and the trauma of that for me and not conveyed in an interesting layered fashion, which you've hinted at, Soxy. If you want a blatant reference, A24 do trauma horror really well. And when people are experiencing the trauma, there's all this other weird shit going on at the same time that helps build up the trauma, and therefore the fear, you start to feel it emphatically and get messed up with them. They needed a lot of that because by the end it's just like way too much relationship stuff. I know we hinted at it before. Baron, did you want to touch on that at all?
No, I think that passed me by.
Because let's frame it properly, because the son at this stage, as far as we know, as far as the narration allows, the son has disappeared. The son, what is he, 14, 15?
Yeah.
And the father's trying to get on with it, but he has these almost, they're not visions, they're not shamanic visions. Yeah, I know they were in the kind of almost desert in this film. Soxy, please.
It's more flashbacks, really. In regarding that sort of part of the story, I really feel like we could have done with more of the son's sort of love interest, because you sort of see her,
Olivia. Okay,
there's not enough of that, I think, because even when she comes back into it later on as the zombie sort of part of it, I felt like we didn't get enough of that. Just for I wanted to care about her more, and I just
possible parts of that subplot got left on the cutting room floor.
Could have, very much so.
Possible. Olivia there was played by Danny Oliveros, if I have that correct. She played Olivia Cortez, Baron.
I think my issue with the son storyline is I think I was ignoring it because I wanted more zombies. I think I was going, it's a relationship part. I think I might even have mentally checked out a couple of times because I was going, bring on the shambling horde.
So that's what I mean, though, that I'm touching on, is that we've got the father's psychological breakdown, because they are these psychosis shifts that he's having that are presented in fairly artistic ways. It's not too shabby, certainly for a first go at it. And then we have the outbreak going on, and then we have the relationship falling to pieces. And none of them really focused on in the way that they're not focused on enough at this point of time, all kind of left hanging for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, basically you've got the father having a little breakdown with his friend at work, almost gets eaten by a rabid dog, and goes home, wife grieving over son, but the wife is basically couch/bed ridden from the loss, from the disappearance. But he's got to get the wife out because the outbreak has occurred, and it's not just animals anymore. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we start to hear the classic sounds of society falling to pieces, sirens screaming, dogs barking, etc. in the background. Yeah. It's not a big place, but it's spread out. You've got to drive everywhere to get anywhere. Yeah.
And it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no public transport.
Mm-hmm. No, you're there having to deal with this situation. Yeah, that's the setup.
And it's probably good that they shot there because it would have been much cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, good use of all of that. Good use of all of that.
I will call out
Please.
the actor, Raul Trujillo, who played Chief Mike Cortez. He was one of the bad guys in the recent DC movie Blue Beetle.
Okay, shout out.
Yeah. And he's worked a lot, like Mayans MC, like he's been in a bunch of stuff. He's been working since the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Fantastic. Yeah, like character actors. Want to do an episode on character actors and tribute to character actors. Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's make it a top 5.
Bruce Campbell.
Goggins.
Yeah.
What did we think of the Neil's little moments, how it was shown on the film, and in terms of how you're experiencing the narrative overall at this point?
I think the issue with this is saying this from this point, having seen the film, knowing the way it ends, it does colour what you would now say about the various little bits and pieces that he experiences throughout the film. The end really does colour the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So is it psychosis? Is it flashbacks? Is it part of the disease that he's got? Like, it could go any number of ways.
If we went back to a second viewing, has anyone seen it a second time? Let's be honest with children here. No, I haven't. Be interesting to go back to a second time and see if it links up, because I will be watching for that, always watch for that. And also, if it does, how does it, affect the end when you become to it again?
I feel like there are sort of hints that something's not quite right, because at the beginning, when you first see the zombies, how he jumps in to save the drowning girl, and how she seems like a normal person until he's almost at the bank and suddenly she's a zombie, and you're going, wait, what?
That's true. And when I was watching, I was going, what the hell? Yeah.
Exactly.
And the wife, because this is where the wife, when she goes to the vehicle and she's normally preparing them things and turns around and attacks. I was waiting for her to laugh like she was pretending, making a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kill over the door with the cable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't choke a zombie.
No.
I was also wondering, what the hell is this? You can't choke a zombie. Yeah.
And it's even the parts where you see the other police officer and he's at the station, and you're going, well, how do the people at the station not realize that there's a zombie apocalypse outside? Like, it kind of, because it doesn't make sense as you're watching it until the end.
I hear you. I still have questions, but I will leave them to the end because it's about the end as well. So I won't get into that just yet. Okay, but very cool. Baron?
Some of the writing is quite smart, because in other films like this, you would cut backwards and forwards between the various groups. Like
memory arrows, yeah.
You would cut to the police station, you'd cut to the diner, and they don't do that. They stick with him throughout.
Mm-hmm.
At no point you see other parts of the world, which doesn't break the reveal.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. Okay, moving. What else did I want to mention? I enjoyed Exquisite Pain in the Ass and I Love You More Than Ever. Yeah. When they resolve their spat that they had at the start when trying to, get out of there. Dude is reckless with flammable liquids.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Children, he lights up a smoke, tailor-made, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Right near a petrol pump. But now, thinking about it, the kind of distorted reality, they were framed a little better. Maybe it's not as dangerous as it seems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just maybe. What is the horror or the horror themes of this film? There is there is loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fear of loss. And I was curious about that. I was trying to link it to the outbreak, the loss of innocence, but that's way too trite. That's not what's going on. What do you guys think?
It you know, on a base level, of course, it's the zombies, but then, as you say, it goes deeper than that. It's the loss of a loved one. It's also the loss of one's mind. How terrifying would it be to actually be in his position and lose all of reality?
Yeah.
He also, up to.
I was going to say, he also adapted very quickly.
Yeah, that's another thing, which is fantastical. Yeah, just even psychological sense. Yeah, which is a nice news bite.
We reveal that we're dancing around this an awful lot. We probably should just do the reveal because it will inform what we say about the film. So, did you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
You do it. You do it.
All right. So, children, this is a zombie film in name only. During the course of this film, the main character has been infected with rabies, and he is hallucinating throughout that he is part of a zombie apocalypse. So there's him and his wife. And for most of the film, he's communicating via radio, and they slowly interact with more people. So, like, the thing I was going to bring up was, like, when they go to the petrol station and, like, they get all the snacks and the drinks and stuff, like, is there someone, like, was are there people watching him going, what the hell is this guy doing? But he just can't see.
I think that's the idea. I think there was a few flashbacks and a very super quick montage of what was really happening in these moments. I think there was a quick flash here and there of him freaking out in a servo. I may be wrong.
Yeah. So yes, the premise of the film is he's got rabies and he's hallucinating a zombie apocalypse.
But this is based on, I guess, is the riding theme, the carrying theme of the loss of a loved one. Yeah. Certainly the sparking, certainly the inciting incident. Yeah.
So that scene where we see him beside the lake with his gun and he's gonna kill himself.
Yes. Shall we reveal why he wants to kill himself?
Go ahead.
If we go deep,
we
might as well at this stage. So if you're still up with us, it's your fault, naughty children, but I understand.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. Right. So his son and him are not as strange, but they don't get each other. Is it just a normal stage of father-son, teenage son dynamics as the son's growing up, who get away from me, Dad, you're not cool at the moment? Or is there something deeper? Doesn't really go into it. But the son accidentally falls down a not huge, say, rock face, maybe get a bit hurt enough to survive, because when this dad goes down feeling all guilty, calling for the son's disappeared, and the son doesn't come back.
We see him walking away, and then the camera pans down and he's there coughing up blood. Yes.
That's at the very, very end. Yes. The first reveal, we don't see that. That's correct. Yeah. All good. Just wanted to be correct. And so that's where we get the full picture of his grief. Yeah. And why he wants to kill himself, and why he's so estranged from his wife and reacting to her grief in such a way. Do we think, I've got to ask just to paint a full picture here of our opinion. Do we think the wife's grief is valid? Did we like the way that was shown, portrayed by the actor there, Soxy?
I think it was fairly realistic, and everyone grieves in different ways. And I think
absolutely,
because as the film goes on, she doesn't want to leave the house because she thinks the son might come back. So she's almost imprisoned herself there, because she's like, well, her husband's saying, oh, he's probably dead, and she's going, no, he'll come back. So she doesn't want to leave because she's stuck. And I've known people who have lost children, and it's hard.
Yeah, I'm not even going to begin to be able to relate to it, but I do get the concept of the mother is, however it goes, is God in the mouth or the eyes, however it is of a child, and that is reciprocal, of course. That's a part of a person that they've lost there. I'm not going to judge in any way, and I think to be an opposing force to what Neil Morris there, Billy Burke, was going through, I think it was fine. Yeah, I think it worked well enough. And certainly by the end, the end does frame it all in a better light. What did irk me as we go along, which is cool, actually. I might actually give this a second watch just to put this together. Yeah. What did you you think? What did you? Yeah, I think so. What did you think of Helen there, Baron?
Helen, the wife?
Yeah, the wife. She was the one who brought grief to the table. Who brought grief to the table? Sorry. No.
The problem is my brain is coloured by the ending of the film. And I want to know what
it's a bit scrambled now. Yeah.
I want to know what she was seeing throughout. Was she unconscious in the back of the car the whole time and he was imagining the conversations they were having? Or was she an active participant? Was she just there to try and make sure he didn't hurt himself or someone else? Like it was...
Yeah.
Her actual actions in the film confused me because we don't see them. We only have his worldview to go from. Having said that, the actress did a really good job. I believe they were in a relationship from the interaction that they had. And I think she really did quite nicely portray that mother's grief.
Yeah, it was a mother's grief. Absolutely. So well done again there, Jessica. Francis Dukes. Don't know why I'm talking in this way. We missed out on some of the special effects work on the face on an outdoor shoot at night shoot with the zombie face, the female zombie, and we missed a lot of her face work. Yeah, if you remember that. Just wanted to see more. Just wanted to see more. Baron?
There was a couple of the zombies that looked a bit waxy, a bit fake, but that was day shoots, and it was a couple of the police or rangers or whatever they were. The makeup didn't look quite finished. Amazing masks, but they didn't look quite finished.
And as we were discussing off here at the start, using natural light, I think, to hide some of that, an attempt to hide some of that. Yeah, get it entirely. But that's just what I observed. Soxy, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think some zombies definitely did look better than others, but again, it's probably a budget thing.
Yeah, and fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. And on the subject of zombies infected, what did we think of just to start it off, we'll go deeper. They seem to share a commune with them, a sense of communion, an unspoken communication.
Well, did they, or was that communicating going, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I think that was more the case.
Yeah.
Now in retrospect, absolutely. Because I was thinking, well, these guys are rather intelligent. Is this one preparing dinner? I get all the Paul Cirque du Soleil tricks. That's just because you want to put on a film because it's dope. Yeah, absolutely.
How about studies?
But the domestic moments were very confusing upon the first watch, but upon reframing, it's like, because Camilla, I think this home invasion is what is happening. It's kind of terrible because it doesn't make any sense the way these people, be they alive or not, are communicating and interacting with each other. Yeah, because their hesitation towards shooting. Yeah, that's another thing in retrospect. Their hesitation towards shooting certain, let's just call them zombies. Yeah, and then pop with others. Yeah,
I think it was because he knew whether he knew they were zombies or not. He knew some of them in their live state.
Yeah, personally,
more
exactly.
than others. So
personal attachments are coming too late now. Yeah, and I saw that upon first watch, but he was so gung ho with the others, and he was so gung ho with her to the point that she runs out the door in that first home invasion zombie scene.
Yeah,
and now her running out the door makes a hell of a lot more sense because it was like, oh, you don't think much of your husband. That was my initial reaction. Yeah, you're not that ride or die with him, are you? Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I think it was again
please,
I knew how it ended. Of course, my interpretation of that was just that she had known the young girl who was the love interest of her son, whether she was a zombie or not. She just had that. This is a 14-year-old girl. What are you doing? Maybe we can help her. And then they're running away with her. That was sort of my interpretation of it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, fair. Yeah, no, I just put here they seem to possess an inherent intelligence, basic motor skills, and share in communion with one another. And we've talked about the wife with the jump scare infection, when she walks up to the vehicle and she turns around. And then I also asked, what is the infection? What's the source? Where does it come from? How does it process itself in the human body? Because it's doing different things to different ones at different times. This infection. But that's, of course, making more sense now. Again,
and the zombies weren't trying to bite people or anything.
No. No. Well, not to any huge extent. Not Soxy?
Well, there was a few where you could see some of the zombies sort of leading with their mouths, sort of biting. I don't know if you actually see anyone get bitten. There was the bit when they first go to the town and everybody's running away screaming from the zombies, and you see someone go down and then they come back up as a zombie. So I assume there was some biting going on, but it certainly wasn't a feature.
Yeah.
Baron, do you think if we watch this movie again and made a connection map between both of all of the links, do you think they would all link up successfully? Or you think it would?
Yeah, I think they would. I think whoever scripted this and storyboarded it and did the stunt mapping has done a really good job of tying it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Soxy, you concur?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious to do it as an experiment. I am curious to do it as an experiment because it's also a good example of script writing if it does, do it. Certainly in a non-linear sense. Yeah. Okay. And the affected overall, I thought overall were cool and effective. They certainly weren't boring their children. We're talking the 28 style, and from there, what's his name? Is it Zack Snyder for you youngins? Yeah. Why is it Fisher have done that? Excuse me. Yeah, no, I'm just disagreeing with my own notes that I've put there. So, what do we think at the end overall? The reveal, I guess, is where we are up to. Now that we've discussed it, we've kind of reframed it all in retrospect a little bit. Do we think it was effective? Do we think it worked overall?
Yeah,
I think so.
I was just going to say it makes you then go back through the film in your brain and go that thing was that thing and that thing was that thing and that thing. Like you have to question everything you'd seen,
which is cool, which is really cool actually, and it's a good lesson for screenwriters and filmmakers if they're on streaming their films and if they want to get numbers, write a script like this so the people are compelled to go watch it again. Absolutely. So that is the deep sense of mystery is what our director, Mr. Wolfe, let me get his full name again. What was it? Jeff Wolfe. He said that this film does have a deep sense of mystery, and I guess this is what we've revealed this evening. Is that fair to say there, cohorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the mystery of Billy Burke, Neil Morris's mind. So Outbreak, why the choice of the name Outbreak? What do you reckon? Say that again, Baron, please.
It's a disease.
Yeah, it's an outbreak of rabies.
Yeah.
How does that relate to his psychological breakdown? Metaphorically, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It's a metaphorical outbreak as well.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There was a comment early on in the police station about how they'd had their boosters for rabies. And I think someone said, it was about 2 years ago. It's probably fine.
And then there's the breakdown, and all of the side effects. And there was vivid ultra hallucinations was one of those side effects listed. Now the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's some levels to this.
Absolutely.
Not bad, Mr. Wolfe. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Is it a category yet at the Oscars for stunt people?
I think
stunt awards.
Year.
Is it next year? It's
been
put
stunt awards last year. Should have been happening forever.
Yes. Yeah, they're not jocks. They're not all a bunch of dumb jocks by any means. I know there's that reputation out there. Absolutely not. They watch movies getting made more than a lot of people. Yeah. They're constantly watching how it's done.
Yeah.
And good script. So in that sense, I'm going to call out Mr. Lance Oxners. He's the co-writer with Jeff Wolfe there. He worked on Outbreak, of course. And so the other one I wanted to bring up, The Future. Here's a TV series out there, The Future Dent, in which he stars.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a comedic Twilight Zone. Again, this is in that world, that universe-esque anthology web series featuring vastly different stories with the same cast. Is it a sketch comedy? Is it existentialist drama? Is it weird sci-fi? Yes, all of the above. So I think that would appeal to a few of our children out there. Definitely. Yeah, cool. So yes, it is time for ratings. I've got dry mouth. Please, someone. I need water.
Do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this 2 different ratings. I'm going to give this this a rating as a pure zombie film, and I'm going to give it a rating as a film in and of itself. As a zombie film, it gets a 2 because there's not enough damn zombie. As a technical filmic piece of art, I would go a 3.25 or a 3.5. Given the very small budget, they accomplished more than $1 million worth of value on a $1 million budget. So yeah, they get a higher rating. They get over a pass for this film. They lose a couple of points for the slightly waxy special effects makeup, and they lose a little bit for the maybe it was day to night color correction, maybe it was not lit enough nighttime scene.
I like that rating system there, so I'm going to copy it. Zombie film, a 2. Just echoing what you said, there need to be more zombies, even if there is a weird psychological twist, play more with that. You know, when you had the one preparing dinner, more moments like that to make you go, really, would have been absolutely awesome. But otherwise, yeah, no, all good for the reasons Baron said. And as for a film unto itself, however you want to classify it, but it's in the evil popcorn, vibe. Yeah. Definitely resonates with our vibe. I'm going to, I'll give it a 3.5. I'll square it off there because of what the Baron has said, and also the script. Looking at it in retrospect, it's well crafted. I like a well crafted script that makes you thinking and certainly makes you want to go watch it again. Got to give it bonus points for that. If you wish to go with our standard rating system there, Soxy, or what we're doing at the moment, your choice, but what do you have for us?
Absolutely. I think, as a zombie film, I'm going to give it a 2.5 just because I really enjoyed some of the stunt work. Yeah. There was some things there that I'm not sure I've seen in other zombie films that I can recall, particularly the one zombie, again, spoilers, that shimmies backwards up that pole. I thought that was fantastic. Yeah. So definitely a 2.5. And of course, as a film overall, it's a 3.5 from me.
Yeah. Yes, so that is a solid pass if you want to see a zombie film done differently. If you want just your standard satisfying zombie fare, maybe this isn't the first port of call. But certainly it's above a pass and it's well satisfying, I think we can say, with 3.5. Yeah. So thank you again, Peter. Walkden Entertainment Publicity. And we've got a couple more coming, interesting ones going little not outside of our zone, but looking at other aspects of the cinematic shadow out there. Yeah. And I'm always keen to do that because, I don't know how you guys feel or classify yourself. I'm really just a cinephile whose favorite genre happens to be horror. Yeah. It's not all just horror for me. I like lots and lots of other films, definitely. And speaking of other films and such, what have we seen? I didn't notice that shit until you just raised yourself up there.
Look, I went and saw Superman. David Corn Sweat is now my second favorite Superman after Christopher Reeve, and I spent time on stage with Tyler Hoechlin. So that's a big leap. It's got heart and humor and sci-fi and dark moments and jokes and emotion. It's really good. Like, the one thing that James Gunn seems to be able to do is evoke emotion, and this is a really good Superman film.
Have you seen this, Soxy?
No, I haven't. Not yet, anyway.
To bring us back on track to horror, though, I've started rewatching the Puppet Master films.
Oh, nice.
Classics. Yeah. I want to do that at some point because I really enjoyed them as a teenager, I think, if I have the right time frame for them. Absolutely. Quick question, last question regarding Superman, regarding James Gunn, actually. Yep. With what he's done here with Superman, is it a good setup to save the DC cinematic universe? Because that's what he's been employed to do. That's what he's been pulled in to do, yeah? Okay, good. Because there's quite a few DC titles, Batman being the big one, that I do really like. Of course, there wouldn't be a Vertigo literally without DC, yeah? Yeah. So I'm hopeful. Good. Yeah. It's good. So even if I'm not a Superman fan, if it's successful, I'm very happy. So if you are a Superman person, go see it. Remember this guy, what he did for Suicide Squad. Well, that film's the Shakespeare of superhero movies. Dare I said it.
And you go back and watch his film Super with Rainn Wilson in the title role.
As you've said before, yeah.
So many people called it a knockoff of Kick-Ass, but it is significantly better than Kick-Ass, and it is more thoughtful, and the universe is more real. It's among my favorite superhero films.
Okay, and do you concur there, Soxy, by the look?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I've got to see it, yeah. No, he has this really great energy, for want of a better word, to what he does. Definitely his stuff is a good time. So that's great to hear. Papa Masters, yes, Blade was always my favorite. I've always wanted my own Blade. Yes, I need to go back to those.
I was a six-gun guy.
Yeah, okay.
I love Lady Leech.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
We should cover them one day with all the small little evil things that are out there in underground 80s, largely horror. A lot of it's full moon, yes.
Oh, yeah, full moon.
Soxy?
What have you been watching, Soxy?
Oh, well, I attended the preview screening of The Shrouds recently. I had hoped to do a video about it, but my time has been absolutely chewed up, so I'll talk about it here. So huge thank you to everyone over at Luna Palace Cinemas in Leederville for putting on the screening. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It touted as a horror, a sci-fi, a bit of drama. The horror and sci-fi is definitely more grounded than I think a lot of horror fans may be used to. I absolutely loved it. There was somebody sitting behind me who stood up at the end of the film and very loudly proclaimed that's not a horror film, but I didn't agree with them. Without going too much into the story, it's basically about a man who is grieving the loss of his wife, so much so that he invents a camera system so you can then watch your loved one
decompose.
Yes, you're watching them decompose. It's the parts where you do see the body, it's CGI, it's not practical effects, but that doesn't take away from it. The horror in it is more of grief, and it's the kind of film that's really stuck with me. It's one that keeps you thinking for a long time after or even during the film. Yeah. If you're not into a film that makes you think very deeply, particularly about things like death and grief, it may not be for you, but I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay, good. You've sold a ticket to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is David Cronenberg, and it's pretty much all based on the passing of his wife, yeah? And Vincent Cassel was the lead. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. And to see him in a Cronenberg film is very exciting. I mean, he did Black Swan. You know, he knows how to handle this type of material, so I'm very keen on that. And the look of the shrouds, the whole, color aesthetic, the color palette that's been chosen for it, I really like the look of, because I'm into dystopic science fiction. And also that idiot who stood up and said this is not a horror film, it's a David Cronenberg film. Yes. Like, just get out, don't come in.
Yeah, there was actually quite a few people who were agreeing with her as I was leaving the cinema, and I just thought, oh dear, they just clearly they weren't the audience for a film like this. And I can understand that. If you're more used to your slashers and things, you really had to think about this film more than anything.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about David Cronenberg films. Yes, because we need, I mean, absolutely have all types of films out there, but let us also have the films you need to think about and not just easily put into a nice little box. And have the slashers as well. Big fan, of course. Yeah. Anyway,
room in the box for everyone.
Yeah, no, but again, got to see it. Do you have to see it at the cinema?
Well, I would recommend it. I really would if you can. But if you have to watch it later on demand or whatever, it's just one you've got to see.
I know. I mean, like, I want to encourage, of course. It's just, annoying thing about it is just limited screenings.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's where David Cronenberg's been relegated to. Just, And so, but it's worth the 4-hour travel time because that's what it will take to get there and back to work. Okay, anything else there, Soxy?
Not a lot lately. I've been helping out behind the scenes with the Perth Horror Film Festival, so I've been watching hours upon hours of film for that. The selections have now been made and everything will be announced very very soon.
Cool.
And post it all up, of course. Check out our socials at Evil Popcorn Pod.
Yeah.
Now, I will start it off light, believe it or not. It's spooky, but you can show this to your kids. It's called Monster House.
Oh, I
Yes.
love that film.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? And
Such a good film.
yeah, it's such a good film. Shout out the Bat. We did a watch along with this. We'll work out some way to incorporate that into the pod in the future. There's a lot of tech with watch alongs.
Yeah.
Certainly with 8 people we have on the card on the roster. Yeah. And yeah. So future things though. But Monster House is lots of fun. You've got Steve Buscemi playing the antagonist, the voice of the antagonist, Nethercracker, Mr. Nethercracker, which is an amazing name for a grumpy old get off my lawn man. Yeah. But the house itself, that's all I'll say. The house itself is wonderful. Yeah. And is that fair to say, their cohorts, do you agree with me, my cohorts, that you could show this to your kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, otherwise, Squid Game Season 3. Certainly dark enough to talk about on this podcast.
I've not seen a Squid Game.
You have not seen a single Squid Game?
Not a single Squid Game.
Not even red light. What is it, Soxy? Red light, blue light? Red light, green light?
Oh, something like that.
You know the one, the doll face one, the big doll.
I have also not seen a Tiger King, so yeah.
Oh, I'm not discussing that. That's a Netflix. Soxy, have you seen the recent Squid Games?
No, I haven't seen the latest season yet.
Okay. Tragedy Fest is all I'll say. Absolutely. Everyone's just losing it. Definitely. Not as good as the second season, but still a worthy season to watch. Definitely. Where it's going to go from here, I don't know. I forget I don't know how you pronounce the name of the card game with the blue and red, squares. That's played through a Squid Game. If you know, you know. But I've seen Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett in an Instagram reel thing playing that. Yes, and there's been talk about how Netflix are going to Americify it. And that's certainly a sign of it. I've heard rumors of Brad Pitt being involved. Yes, coming up. So there's going to be more Squid Games, whether you like it or not. Yeah. My advice is watch the 3 seasons, because that's going to be the end of the Korean Squid Games. Yeah, if it moves forward, which it looks all said, it looks like it's going to. Yeah, it's just to complete the season is still worth it. You're never going to get that first season magic though. Yeah. And otherwise, I'm doing a new deep dive of a franchise. Can you guess what it is?
Saw,
yes.
Yes. Follow me on social media. No.
We have the benefit of seeing your social media feed.
Yeah, there is that. And yeah, why? Because Dead Meat Podcast, shout out, are doing Hot Sauce Summer, and I wanted to keep up with their podcast where they cover each individual one. I've been meaning to go over it again for a while. Shout out Dorian, we will do it. We will do the traps for our iceberg children, which is just going through all of the traps from the very first one to the end, as the movie shows in terms of the plot, not chronologically. Fuck that. I'm not dissecting that mess. But I haven't done one again because we've covered it on the podcast already. I know it like the back of my hand, basically, that film by now. Go check it out. But I've done 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the last one that is the first one that Lee Wanell did not write. Yeah. Yes. And you can tell. Have you considered doing a watch in chronological order?
Maybe
we'll do that with the traps. Yeah. And have the actual traps in chronological order that way. It's quite simple, actually. So yeah, perhaps when I touch on it again, because it will come up again, and also because Saw is like Friday, Saw's like Michael, Saw, it's just one of those franchises. Certainly if you're going to do a horror podcast, you got to be familiar, like quite familiar with, it's one of those things. And it also has that vibe of Fridays. It's like, the plot's a mess, but God, it's fun. The connective tissue is not really connecting, but the whole body of it itself, I have a good time with. Soxy, how do you feel about Saw? I don't think that's ever been asked of you here on this podcast.
I have a lot of fun with the franchise. I try not to think about it too hard as I'm watching, like you say, with the plot and connecting the films to each other. And then you had that, what was it? The Spiral, that weird sort of reboot one.
Yeah. In the universe of, I haven't seen it. I'm going to.
I'm interested to know what you think of it. That's for sure. Like, I thought the puppet in that one is very cute. Like, he's, but it's something. It exists. I like the creativity of the traps and the characters are all a bit of fun. But I try not to think too hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Baron, Saw.
Yeah.
Sorry if I've asked you before. Have you ever?
Have I ever watched all of them in one weekend?
Oh, seriously? Okay. Because, why ask? Because as the children know, you will shy away from things like Martyrs and such, but Hostels and such. But, have you seen Hostels?
Yeah.
Its cousin? You've seen Saw's cousin? Yeah.
All right. They're no Saw.
It's what's the Broderick called? Is it Matthew? Who's in one of the Saw movies? Who's in Saw 4? Is it Matthew? The kind of, not the reject brother, but the one who would be come on, out of the ducklings. I think, yeah.
Oh,
you know the guy I mean. I know who
you mean.
Yeah.
No, I watched all of the Saw films, and I think this is when 10 was coming out, so it would have been the first 9 in one weekend. To be fair, the Pirate Queen wasn't here.
That's cool,
because that would have given her batty. It pretty much drove me batty as well.
1 weekend, that's a lot.
I got to the end and went, I should have watched those in chronological order.
Especially since 10 is out. Also, children, if you haven't seen 10, believe the hype. It is really good. Do we concur?
Yeah.
As a pod that, 10's pretty damn great.
Yeah.
And of course, it's been what's happening at the moment there, Soxy Baron. It's been sold.
Oh, yes, back to the original creators.
Yeah.
Yes, it has. So Jason and Lee via Blumhouse, yes, have got hold of it again. Yes, that's how it works. So whatever was going to happen with 11, it's like Dr. Dre's Detox now. What are your thoughts? Do you have any hopes of where they'll take us, certainly after 10?
I'm interested to see it. I'm not necessarily super excited, but I'm not blasé about it either. It's just interesting to see it keep going, and I'm just going to be along for the ride, I think.
Yeah.
The only big thing for me is like Tobin Bell. I don't even know if he's going to do the next one. The last one was a struggle. This is one of our heroes who is now in their 80s.
Yeah.
Certainly late 70s. And the last one, I reportedly, if I'm not mistaken, was a struggle, let alone doing another one. So, yeah.
Maybe they need a proper person to pass the legacy on to.
Are we going to get a sequel to Spiral?
Maybe.
And that is the copycat.
Yeah.
But
that's Chris Rock's work. That's Chris Rock's property, really. And he's too busy still dealing with the Will Smith thing. Still dealing with the aftermath of that, essentially.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I'm having fun with it. 4 plot holes galore. So, okay, that's starting to happen. First 3 solid though, and 3 way better as a revisit. Decades later, better than 2. Yeah, as a storyline put together, you really get to see Amanda do her thing.
Yeah,
and it's just it's done better as a film in terms of overall production, but certainly in terms of editing. It's not so frantic as the second one. It's not so out to impress you in an MTV fashion, because those limitations of resource with the first film became a style which was put into the editing and the overall tone and vibe and gimmick of Saw throughout, you know what I mean? And that ramps up here and there. The transitions are crazy. They tackle each other, they fall through a glass mirror, and they're in a cop station. Do you remember all that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's berserk. It's fun. Sorry?
I'm not saying it's not without its problem.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, it's just days of our lives with, this evil engineer. This super evil engineer. Because Jigsaw is an arsehole, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He is a prick of a human being. What's that?
He's not a hero. He's the hero of his own story, but he is not a hero.
He's not a hero. But that's why
absolutely deluded.
Totally. And he shows that. early on. But that was the genius of part 10 when you started empathizing with him and seeing him as the hero. That was so good about that. That's why it's a shame 11 is not already here. Well, certainly there's a release rollout building up to October to get back to that classic Saw tradition.
Well, I'm going to have to watch them all again, aren't I?
Yeah, Saw does that. Saw does that. Saw will never go away. It's like KFC of horror. Yes. I mean that with love. Yeah.
I was going to say, you can't say that to Lee Winnell.
Oh, no, that's not the original. I'm talking about 4 onwards. We all know what I mean. I'm getting into Copland, the connective tissue of Copland within Saw. Yeah, of Cityton, because it's not set anywhere.
No.
You ever pick up a name? Nah.
No.
It doesn't have a name. It's unintentionally genius. Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant about Saw. Over. Okay, where are we at?
Plugs?
Plugs. Right, Soxy, what's happening?
Oh gosh, what is happening? Well, next month we have the Perth Horror Film Festival. Dates will be out very soon. It's going to be 4 days of lots of horror and 1 sci-fi session. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It tends to sell out pretty fast, so when tickets do come on sale, I highly recommend jumping on it as soon as you possibly can. Here in Perth, the Revelation Film Festival is currently on. They've had quite a lot of horror and sci-fis and films of all genres. That's going until the 13th of July, so there's only 2 days left of that. There's quite a lot of other things going on around Perth. There's lots of small little festivals coming up. If you're into anime, I believe they're down south. This one Settlers Market has a few anime in the valleys coming up. I believe they're going to be doing that a bit more often than usual, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And the Revival House Revival House Cinema here in Perth is now back open. They are our only 35mm cinema.
Fantastic.
Yes, they've been closed down for renovations for some time now, but they are back open. I believe they have some horror films along with other genres coming up. Definitely go check them out because they're amazing, and if it's quiet, you might even get yourself in on a little private tour, so just go check them out.
Yeah, that's really good news. That sort of place is opening up again. Evil Corp, Escape Manor, Ipswich Little Theatre. Yeah, nothing at the moment. I'm auditioning for bucket loads at the moment, so just waiting to hear, of course. Baron, what's up in your world?
Look, I'll always give a shout out to Act for Act. I'm doing a show with them for the Anywhere Theatre Festival called This Is Your Trial. Improv Queensland, I'm doing a show with them called Sports Ball. It's for lovers and haters of sports. I'll always give a shout out to Trevor, who put up with me doing MCing stuff, and IFWG Publishing. I think that's about it. But yeah, look, Anywhere Theatre Festival, we've got our shows up on there. Improv Queensland, just keep an eye out on the website. You'll see our various shows. Got a show this weekend called Maestro, which is a theatre sports show, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, that's me.
Well, Chuka's full of that. Absolutely. Good to hear. What a big...
Time.
Oh, yeah. Go.
So for those people that don't understand, Chuka's is a theatre thing where if you do well, you get chicken for dinner, right? Because chicken was a treat. What would be the modern version of that? Like, we can get chicken anywhere. What would be the modern version? Would it be pizzas? Would it be steaks? Turkey? Swan?
The theatre-wise, I don't know. Theatre-wise, like any sort of food for, a theatre act is good. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. We should come up with our own, like not poppers because that's up the nose and off you go. But we should come up with something of our own like that. I like that.
Chukas. So for those people that don't understand what Chukas means, it's basically good luck for the theatre. If you do well, you get chicken for dinner. So
which we had in our film Outbreak with Taylor when he was singing the country song in the in the off-roads eating his chicken, and he had a plate of chicken, roasted chicken next to it. Appreciated that.
It's good.
Okay, and in terms of what we have out there at the moment, thank you for your reaction to Jurassic World Rebirth. Yeah, that's correct. Okay,
Jurassic
cool,
World
good.
4.
Jurassic World 4. Okay, so check that out. I will
say one.
Please.
Probably the best of the Jurassic World film, and I put it just behind the original Jurassic Park film, only because I thought 2 and 3 were a bit weak. But it's a really good movie. Lots of good dinosaurs in it. Some nice kills. Yeah, go and see it.
Good to hear. In terms of the big stuff, the new stuff, the recent stuff, bring her back as we will do it 28 years later. We will do it. Stuff that we will do coming up. I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to stop it. Of course, I'd be a prick. I know what you did last summer. The new one's coming. We will cover it because Scream Queen shout out. Got to get you back in for that one because that's one of her favorites of all time, which she revealed at the beginning of the pod almost 2 years ago. We're coming up to 100.
Yeah.
This will be 91, 92, something like that. There's more Pooniverse. If this fits into the Pooniverse, I don't know or care. Bambi the Reckoning.
Yes, that is the Pooniverse.
Yeah. It's not for me, but I know it's doing well, so well done. And apparently they're sweethearts, the people who put all this together and create all this content. So well done to them. One thing I am looking forward to together, I did that by accident. One thing I am looking forward to is Together. Yeah, that is the one with Alison Brie and what's his name?
Dave Franco.
Thank you, that's it. This has got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes because that's what I'm reading this list off at the moment, yeah? Now, I need to look it up because we did mention it. The director responded to all of the outlash that this is a copycat film. Did you read any of that, Soxy? Do you know his response?
I did read it, but you take over.
No, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I need to. But if you have, that's great.
Well, yeah, they're basically claiming that it is not a copycat. But yeah, we'll see what happens with these with the court if that does go ahead.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one because it looks like a really cool film. The trailers are great. The effects look amazing. Now, from the director of Barbarian, and I'm just looking up his name again. Sorry, guys. Live Googling as always. Zach Kreger, Weapons. Is anyone looking forward to Weapons? Because I damn sure am. It looks amazing. The trailers are incredible. Doesn't give anything away. No major, plot details. Just more. The second one was just more of what is happening with Julia Garner and center frame along with you going, what is happening? And I will watch anything that she is in. She's one of those actors for me. The remake of Witchboard is coming, the old 80s movie. We've got Jaws 50 for you there, Baron. We have for everyone, The Toxic Avenger.
Yes.
It's coming. Elijah Wood and Co. Yes, finally it's being released, as it should have a long time ago. It's got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. For a Toxic Avenger remake in 2025, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's Peele's sports movie, but remember, executive producer, he is not directing. We have The Strangers Chapter 2, never watched Chapter 1, not gonna, because I love the original, and I heard nothing but horrible reviews across the board. Soxy?
Look, it wasn't great, but again, if you turn your brain off and you just enjoy the kills, it was okay.
Yeah, it's just pressure. Yeah, the original's so good though. The originals and the whole hit. Oh no, what is the original line? It's not because you're here. It's not. Was it because you're home?
Because you're home.
Yes, because you're home from the original film. Yeah, the original hit of that was I loved it.
It was chilling. It was very
chilling.
The one film I have to just say, if we're gonna just bring it back to the Toxic Avenger for a moment, the one film that I am looking forward to, I don't know if we're going to get an Australian release. I would love, if anyone knows how I can get hold of the rights to this, please reach out. But I don't know if you have heard of of Mr. Melvin.
No.
Take that as a no. So Mr. Melvin is coming out soon in America. It is a reconstruction of the Toxic Avenger parts 2 and 3 based on the original script.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. That's big. Yeah, definitely.
I really hope we're going to get it here. I don't know if we will. It's going to be screening as part of a Traumathon over in America.
If you're a trauma deep diver, definitely trauma completionist. I get that. Yeah. So, how can they reach out to you, Soxy?
Well, you can email me at perthhorrorfans@gmail.com.
So do so, there, children, if you know at all. I'm sure there's people who would be onto that out there. Actually, Shelby Oaks.
I'm just doing a little bit of live Googling. It looks interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I assume it will probably end up on the Troma Now app at some point, but if we could get a cinema screening of that, I would love to see it on the big screen.
Yes, help Soxy out their children. All right, Chris Duckman. This is Mr. Movie Reviewer numero uno out there in YouTube land. Yes, he is the Anthony Fontano of movie reviews, and he basically has done it long enough to get enough clout and respect to be allowed to direct his first feature film. Given the fun, yeah, and it's called Shelby Oaks. So keep an eye out for that. Well done to him. Love to be in the same position. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Black Phone 2. Do we care?
I really loved the first one.
Yeah, the first one was good.
I don't know if we need a sequel, but I'm certainly interested in seeing what they do with it. Maybe.
They're going to have to take it in a different direction because...
Yeah,
it's a bit wrapped up at the end there, yeah?
Yeah. Actually, I will say one last thing about Outbreak. I did like the zombie vulture or eagle at the end when it turned to camera and it had the zombie.
Yes.
Yes, we forgot all that. And that's just that final drop of ambiguity, is it in his head or not?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, because the way we're there outside of his point of view for the first time is at the very end. Yeah. So there could be a sequel.
Maybe.
That
gets rabies and he has to save them.
Yeah, and if he writes it cleverly enough as he did with the first one, yeah. I mean, we need a new twist guy. We need a new twist guy.
The writing is where it's shown.
Absolutely. For the first time as well. Very well done. Black Phone 2, no, I don't. Sorry, didn't enjoy the first one. Yeah, one of Ethan Hawke's weaker moments. If we ever cover it, I'll fully get into it. And that's enough for now. I think that's enough for now for overall. Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I think that we've done well with this one, considering it's 1 minute 20. So go out and see it. Won't take much out of your day. And that's Outbreak, available on VOD in general and on Prime. We're Australian. We're just going to say Prime. I'm not going to say American, blah, blah, blah. Because then I'd have to do all of the other countries, because America, you take no precedence over anything at the moment. This is not the people. This is the people that have caused the mess.
Yes.
Okay. It's been Mr. Popcorn here, and this has been fun. Yeah, Outbreak. Check it out. Thank you, Peter. Walkden Entertainment. Baron?
Go to bed, children.
Oh, hang on. Soxy's got to say goodnight first.
Well, Soxy can say the last one. I'll go say go to bed, children.
Okay.
Yes, good night, children. This has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to the next one.